Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hazy. I'm a working mom of a 2-year-old toddler named Alina. According to Dr. Maria Montessori, children are in the sensitive period for language from birth until age of 6. During this period, they have a natural urge as well as incredible capacity to learn language, and they absorb information from their surroundings so effortlessly, just like a sponge. And this explains why it is so easy for young children to learn a second language. From 0 to about 3 years old, the child is mainly focused on learning how to speak, learning the words, practicing saying them, and putting concepts together. If you are familiar with the Montessori method, you will know that as parents or carers, we play an important role in preparing the environment to encourage a child's natural language development. At this age, there is no real need for fancy language materials, and the most important material in their environment is the adult. So in today's video, I'm sharing what we've been doing with our 2-year-old for her oral language skills at home since she was a baby, as well as a bunch of Montessori activities and Montessori-inspired activities that can help you support your toddler's language development at home. Some of these activities are shelf works, while others are simply ways of speaking to young children to help them in language learning. So without further ado, here are the 5 tips and a bunch of activities you can do for helping your toddler's language development at home from the Montessori perspectives. Spending time reading with your little one every day is one of the best things you can do for their language development. Stories that rhyme are very helpful for teaching speech and language skills by increasing their exposure to sounds and words. At this age, reading with your child is all about having fun with books, spending special time together, and modeling a love of books. Let your child choose the books that interest him. Be prepared to read the same books over and over again. Repetition helps them to learn the meaning of words, which is crucial for their language development. Once you know that your child knows the story really well, then you can leave out some words or a sentence as you read and let your child fill in by memory.
맞아. 너무 달라 그래가지고 흘렸어. 근데 뭐해?
아빠가 해준 감자를 준비해줘서 치즈가 다 먹고 치즈가 욕실을 가서 치약도 잘 뗄 수 있대.
와.
And let your child turn pages. This is something I've been doing since Alina was able to sit up. I would pause and wait until she's well and truly done with exploring the page, asking and answering questions, trying to interact with her as much as possible, and then I would let her turn the page with a bit of help like this, because she would usually grab several pages at a time. This way, reading book is not just one way, me reading books like a radio. I believe children learn language best when adults follow their lead and when there are moments for interaction that are appropriate for the age.
지렁인가?
Make your home as reading friendly as possible for your child. Set up a reading corner or a space for your child. Make it easy to read. Make books accessible to him by using child-sized shelving or front-facing bookshelves. And display books with relatable and realistic stories about everyday life. I have a video all about how to display and store books for toddlers the Montessori way, so I'll be sure to link that down below for you to check out. Children are listening and absorbing your language, so the richness of the language around them, both quality and quantity, is important. One of the things you can do with your child is actually very simple. Just talk to them. 뭐야? 엄마 줄 거야? 응. 이게 뭐지? 나무에서 떨어졌네.
호두.
호두? 이거는 여 나무에서 떨어졌어. 여기서. 후다다다다다다. Because children need to hear speech frequently when learning how to use it themselves, and that's how they learn to communicate. I literally have been doing this ever since Alina was born. I would be like constantly talking to her, explaining everything I'm doing with her, what I'm picking up at the grocery store, and the entire process of meal prepping as if I'm a host of a cooking show like Jamie Oliver. It felt really awkward and silly at first, but I got used to it. Your child might not understand what you're saying at first, but they'll soon begin to make associations between what you're doing and what you're saying, helping them learn new vocabulary. Don't use baby talk or dumb down your conversation. Our tendency is to use very simple terminology with children. We unconsciously dumb down our vocabulary to toddlers when their minds are actually most capable of learning language. Don't be afraid to use real words with them. By hearing them repeated over and over again in conversation, they will naturally learn the meaning of the words, whether you think those words are big words or not. I thought if I'm going to explain what something is to my daughter, I might as well just use the right word the first time. So for example, instead of referring to the veterinarian, we have tendency to say animal doctor. We should use the word veterinarian, offering animal doctor as an explanation and then referring to veterinarian a few more times in the conversation. Don't assume that toddlers are too young to pick up those words. They might not be able to say veterinarian at first, but they will soon pick up and surprise you when they're ready. The 3-period lesson is a method that all Montessori primary teachers use to introduce new vocabulary or concepts to a child that involves 3 key steps: naming, recognition, and recall. As you introduce a new object, simply label what it is you're showing the child. It works better if you could have real objects, photos, or figurines, and it works even better if your child uses the 5 senses. Hold an object and use one simple word to label it. This is an apple. Apple. Set it back down and let the child explore and touch it too. I let Alina taste and smell the fruit at this point. This first step of providing the names of each object is called period 1. In period 2, you can ask the child to identify the object with name. You can say something like, "Can you point apple? Can you pick up kiwi? Or can you put orange in the basket?" It's during the second period that most learning takes place. In the final step of the 3-period lesson, we point to each object in turn and ask, "What's this?" You can also make this more fun by asking the toddler a more creative questions such as which fruit is red, or hiding one under a cloth and asking which one's missing.
어떤 게 없어졌어?
어떤 거 없어졌어?
아린이가 봐봐. 아까 뭐가 있었지?
키위.
키위가 없어졌네. 또 해볼게. 키위는 여기 있었어. 또 해볼게. 또 뭐가 없어졌는지 알아맞혀봐. 짠! 뭐가 없어졌어?
뭐 없어졌어? 사과.
맞아요. 사과가 없었어. 엄마가 사과를 숨긴 거였어. 또 해볼까?
If your child makes a mistake and gets something wrong while they're working, try to avoid pointing out or correcting them. Letting your child make a mistake and self-correct is going to make for a rich learning experience. Typically, Montessori materials have a control of error. So for example, this picture-to-picture matching activity, they have exactly one single match. That way, if one is left over, the child will realize there has been an error and they'll likely self-correct. If you see your child making a mistake, it's best to let them be and just allow them to process on their own. Dr. Maria Montessori once said, "So never interfere when the child is working by himself. Don't be preoccupied about whether he's making mistakes. You must not correct him at this moment. The important thing is not that the child should handle the material well, but that this material has attracted the attention of the child." Now I'm going to show you guys some of the DIY activities you can easily set up at home for your toddler's language development. Language basket is a collection of objects for children to explore. These objects are related to a theme or have a common characteristic. Language baskets are primarily about language, teaching children the names of things to expand vocabulary. First, start by presenting 3 to 4 replicas or real-life objects in the basket, and you can simply name each item in the language basket using the 3-period lesson as you show them or as they pull them out of the basket to explore and play. Currently, we have a collection of Australian animals which Alina is very familiar with. We visit a local sanctuary park or theme park at least once a month, so we see these animals regularly. You can do fruits, flowers and herbs, farm animals, or kitchen utensils. Whichever the category or concept you choose, it's best to start with the concrete version such as real fruit or real flowers rather than the abstract like pictures of fruits. Once your child masters names of the object in the basket, you can move on to object matching activity. You're simply matching the items that are the same. The one-to-one correspondence helps with visual discrimination of the objects.
코끼리도 있어.
One of the variations you can do with object-to-object matching activity is that you present them with a big replica and a small version of the same replica. We had insect figurines that come with large and small versions, so Alina matched the mama insects with baby insects. Montessori language cards are basically vocabulary cards that have photos of objects on them. They teach children the names of different objects, and they also teach them how to connect a physical object with an abstract object. As your child gets a bit older, you can introduce language cards to go with the replicas or real-life objects you presented to them. When you first introduce object to picture matching, it's better to offer identical images. So take an actual photo of the object, print and laminate them, aiming to keep the image same size as the object if possible. This makes it a lot easier for toddlers to concentrate and understand the concept of this activity. After plenty of practice matching to identical images, the next progression of it is to present replicas to match cards with similar pictures, such as a real-life picture of the object in its natural context or in a different color or size. These insect figurines are from Kmart Australia and the cards are from Korea, so these figurines are only available in Australia, so I'll try to find something similar to these on Amazon, so check out the description box down below. And I also link some of the printable cards that's available online as well. Picture-to-picture matching is the last progression in the series of language card matching activities for toddlers. It helps toddlers learn to visually discriminate between the items, this time in a completely abstract way. For toddlers, it's not an easy skill because there's no replicas for them to touch and feel the difference, and this time they need to match the cards just by their sight. As far as the presentation on your shelf goes, just have a set of identical cards in a divided tray. Start by laying one set out on the workspace and then grabbing one of the pictures from the other set. Moving left to right, place the card next to the cards that matches. Once your child's mastered picture-to-picture matching, you can do many extensions with this setup. You can do one image cut in half to match. You can match an image to each silhouette or memory game. These are a great way to develop abstract visualization skills for toddlers, which is important for reading down the track. Stickers are the perfect activity to work on following simple directions. For this activity, all you need is some stickers in different colors and ask your child to put stickers on a place. In this video, we're going to focus on body parts, which is great to work on body awareness. You can focus on any language topic that you would like to work on. Once Alina's mastered names of different body parts, such as nose, head, shoulder, elbow, and knee, I gave her a little bit more of a challenge here by asking, can you put pink sticker on my cheek? Or can you put blue sticker on your foot? And then I asked her to ask me to give her directions as well.
스티커는 나 볼에 붙여줘.
핑크로 붙여줘? 볼에 이렇게 붙였어.
Toddlers love to be involved in helping with things, especially when they can make a meaningful contribution. Grocery shopping with your toddler is a great way for them to learn about food and improve their descriptive language. We sat down and planned meals together and went through the shopping list. For toddlers, having a visual shopping list helps. Luckily, we have a language card that had most of the items on our list, but if you don't have them, alternatively, you can go through shopping catalog before shopping, pick out what you need, and discuss some of the food items. When we get to the grocery shop, I let Alina find items on the list, allowing her to transfer items into the trolley, and I also let her pick fruits and veggies as well. Alina stayed really focused and enjoyed during our shopping. There were times when Alina wanted to grab things that weren't on the list, then I just gently reminded her that we're only getting what's on the list. Learning to accept no is also something that grocery shopping provides an opportunity for as well. So this is it. I really hope this video gives you guys some ideas and inspiration. If you have any questions about these activities, please feel free to leave comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you enjoyed this video and want to watch more videos like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I create videos about Montessori at home, Montessori activity ideas, and the Montessori-inspired home makeover. So if that sounds like something you want to watch more of, please subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I upload the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!